Good morning, beautiful souls. Just been for my morning walk along the beach, and I keep saying it and I'll never stop how grateful I am for where we've landed here at Pines Beach. And today, as you can see, I'm in the forest, so I'd just like to show you a new part of my beautiful office. And this is part of the forest trails. And they all weave through this wonderful forest that goes from Karaki all the way down to Woodend and beyond. So as I started walking through the forest, and this is why I really recommend, because for me, when I get out in nature, I really feel the frequencies of nature, and my breath starts to slow down, or I take in these big beautiful breaths, and I feel my system start to relax as I step into these frequencies. And that's what I've been inviting people to, because nature itself, that frequency does help us to regulate our own. Well, I know it does for me. So I'm just going to sit and pause here for a moment. And as I was walking through this wonderful forest, I started opening up, because nature has its wisdom. And I remember years ago I spoke with a Waitaha elder, shared with me some of their wisdom about how they were not so much teaching their mokopuna or the next generation of tamariki and that. What they would do is they would take them into places like this, the forest, or down to the sea, and they would say, "Sit here for a while, my child." And that young, open soul would sit there and just observe and sit in the energetic field of nature. And nature has its own wisdom. And if we open our ears and our eyes without analyzing it, I find that helps for me. And whatever I'm not so much needing, but in that deep place of connection and reflection, like today, as I walked through and sat in the forest, as I'm sitting here, I realized, which I've done a few times, that beneath me I'm feeling and sensing this energetic field. I mean, they call it I think it's called the mycelium, or the interconnected internet, which is under the ground, which is the root system and the soil system, which all of these trees are just, the forest is just so interconnected. And I feel that and I sense that. And that's really important to me too. And that's why I keep inviting everybody to go out into nature and connect in a deeper way. Like as we look at these trees around us, their roots are their foundations rooted deeply into the ground, and they're connected into what I call the real internet, which is the mycelium interconnection of all the root and the soil system. And so they feel it on a physical level, their interconnection with all the life, all the other trees, all the other fungus and the insects and everything that lives in this ecosystem. And in that connection, that's what they deeply feel, is the in connection, not only with themselves, but with all life. And that's why I suggest what I do to people, is because we are connected with all life. There is no separation. There is no space. And I find that when I come into nature And as I said, sometimes people go, well, that's great, you live near a beach and all of that. But even if you just go out and buy a pot plant or a couple of pot plants, or you might have a little garden patch, or just create a little and just observe nature. As I said, the Waitaha people, or the elders that spoke to me, that's what they used to do, is they used to take their young ones out into nature, and they would learn from the direct experience of nature, the by observing, and with their ears open and their eyes open and their hearts open, they would sense and have a greater awareness. And as I sit here on this ground and I drop deeper, and I just start to feel my own roots going into the ground. And the tree teaches me a lot of things without getting into the whole conceptual thing. But as I place my feet on the ground, just let go, then I start to become aware of the life beneath me, the pulse, the heartbeat of Mother Earth, Papatūānuku. And I feel the pulse of nature, that energetic field. And then my heart starts to resonate with that. And I feel that very healing for me, is that remembering. Because sometimes, and I the same, as we sit in this without creating any negativity, but we've created this constructed world that doesn't always have the same resonance. The more that we live in cities or communities where there's a lot of distortion, distraction, then the natural access that we have to nature, sometimes that can be a little bit distorted. And I feel the journey home for us is through our own human nature, and tapping into that, tapping into the life force energy of the natural world. And that helps myself, and I know a lot of other people, as we navigate through life. And it doesn't mean to get away. I mean, if that lights, is that's what you feel, is to leave the cities and suburbs and go out into nature, then good on you. But sometimes it's not so much that. For me, it's how do we exist with our own connection, inner connection, connected to nature within the world that we've constructed as well. And that really helps me, stopping, breathing, grounding, connecting to what's underneath all this construction, and to a deeper level, into the air, and to clean water at night whenever we can, go out and feel the energy of the stars, all of that. So I just really wanted to share that today as I come into another office. I love sort of sitting here in this space, and just all those beautiful tree people. They just remind me of my deeper connection, the tree that I am. And the more that I stop and ground in my foundations and let my roots go into the natural world, deep into the earth, deep into connection, the more, as I walk through life, no matter where I am, I know I'm connected. So much love from my heart to yours, sending out this frequency from deep in that. I'm really feeling it today. So bless you, love you all. Have an awesome day.